Well, I do not think I've ever had this happen before, but the opening scene where I thunk my coffee cup down and say, "Welcome to Winnipeg," I can't find it. Either that or I have accidentally deleted it, or I never had my little red record button pressed in the first place. I don't know what happened. Anyway, we don't got it, and I'm not going to do a retake of something that happened like 5 hours ago. So, well, welcome to Winnipeg. We're going to be starting out with Missy the dog. This is going to be one of those episodes. I just know it. Okay, Missy the dog is coming back. Yep, she rang my bell. The only dog in Winnipeg that knows how to ring a bell.
Oh, you gotta hope she never learns.
How are you doing? How are you doing? Hey, how are you doing? Now, what have I got here for you? What have I got here for you?
It's humid. Humid. Hello, how are you? How are you? What a good dog you are. Trying to make friends with everyone this morning. Trying to befriend that pretty blonde lady down the street. Although she kept her distance because maybe doesn't like the smell of her dog. So are you going riding today?
I think if I go riding, I better do it in the morning again because I don't know if you checked the radar, but I checked it about an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the radar has showing some pretty heavy stuff moving in from the north, and it's only about 100 kilometers or so. You know, it's up by the lakes.
And if it moves like most systems do, I don't know if east-west system moves 20 miles an hour. Yeah.
So they're
probably got 2 or 3 hours.
They said that by around noon we might have bad weather. So
it's so humid. It wouldn't take much to push this hot, humid air high up to make thunderstorms.
Yeah, we're having a lot of that this year.
A lot.
I know we've had it before too. It's not like it's all of a sudden. We've never had it before, but
last year was El Nino. This year is La Nina. La Nina is wetter, not as warm and wetter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it is what it is, right, Missy?
Yes.
It is what it is.
So we go to the gym today, and tomorrow it's haircut day.
Haircut day for Missy tomorrow. Oh, you're gonna look so nice. Yeah, you're gonna look so nice. Yep, Missy the dog. Missy the dog. All right. Now, if you will recall, we were using the tweezers as holder downers here to keep this thing from. Don't worry about that beeping. It's nothing serious. Just something shutting itself off in the kitchen there. Yeah, we used the holder downer to keep this piece from slumping over because I wanted to have it at exact right angles to the bulkhead here, and I think I pretty much got it. Yeah, it should be fairly safe to handle now. Okay, now let's get ourselves reorganized here so that you can see it. Now we're going to have to try and wipe some of that off in the event that I find that using the Mr. Color leveling thinner on the swatch doesn't dissolve it. And see if I can't get it just a little, get some more of that panel line accent color that we put on yesterday off. Although, mind you, it's not really that bad. It's not that bad. Now here is something else that I want to do today. Chris from Pebble Creek was saying that what he did with this is he took and he thinned out the applicator that's in there, and he cut off several of the hairs, you might call it, or bristles, and made it a lot thinner. And then it doesn't drop down a whole lot of Panaline color all at once in the corner or wherever you happen to put it. One of the viewers also commented and was saying how that yes, a nib from a fountain pen will work. And then later on this morning, I did see on the internet where somebody used a pen. I forget what he called it, but it was it'd be like a calligraphy type pen that you could buy at an art store. And he was showing, well, he was kind of showing, I don't think he had a macro lens, so he was quite a ways back, but he was showing how he was able to take the nib of his pen and touch it, just sort of pinpoint, with pinpoint accuracy. I can see where that probably worked, although like I say, we weren't zoomed right in, so we weren't able to see it. But I can envision it working. Now I'm going to go down into my workshop, and I think I've got some fountain pen nibs in a tin down there. I'm just going to go down and see if I can find them. And I want to do different experiments because I know this is really great stuff. This is really great stuff. I'm just not applying it the way I should. Okay. Memory is an amazing thing when you stop to think about it. First of all, I remembered that I had nibs, fountain pen nibs. And I remembered that they were in a tin. But you know, I haven't looked at this for 6 to 7 years. It'd be about 6 or 7 years ago that I saw this tin and knew what was in there. So these are, I was big into pen turning. And okay. All right. This one here is a fairly decorative pen nib. It's for a particular style of pen called the Canadiana. It was a fairly ornate pen. I'm sure I've got one somewhere in my pen bowl of all my pen with all my different pens in it. Well, not all of them, but usually when I'd make two of a pen of the same pen, I would give one away and I would keep one. So, all right. So here we've got a nib, and these are refillable. Okay, I better hang on to that. It must have come off of something. Oh, it might have come off of here. Yeah, came off of this one. All right, we'll use this one here. This is a cheaper one, and be very careful not to bend it. But we'll sort of dip it in. When I get closer, when I zoom in closer, I'll explain how it works and why it's shaped the way it does. Yeah, we'll put. I think these are both the same. No, they're not. This looks like it's the cheapest one. Okay, we'll use the cheapest one. Okay, to those of you who are new to my channel, and I talk about the pens that I used to make, this is just, I would say, far less than half of the different ones that I've made. I believe that this one here is a fountain pen. No, it's not. It's ballpoint. Okay, all right, so much for my memory. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of different types of pens here. This is an acrylic, kind of a nice design. Anyway, yeah. So I just thought, you know, on this thing here, I call it the pen bowl. It was one of the first bowls that I made, that I turned. It's this is mahogany, and I think this is aspen. And anyway, it was kind of fun. Okay, is this going to be one of those episodes where I just do a lot of experimenting and don't actually get anything done on my model? You remember a few minutes ago I was looking at this thing here. This is a refillable ink cartridge, and the idea is that it plugs into this part right here, like so. Whoops. Oh, there goes my little gold ring again. Maybe I should just put that back in the plastic bag before I lose it. Okay, this fits on there nice and snug. Then the idea is that the ink will flow down into the nib. Very carefully here now. That's a nice nib. But I'm hoping that, you know, I'll be able to just pinpoint touch the, well, why don't we just try it? No, this stuff here, maybe I should put on my gloves. I might have a problem getting that if I get it into my skin. Once again, I'm thinking out loud here. Okay, we are not getting anywhere fast this morning. Went out for a ride on the bike because I was afraid it was going to rain, and I still think it will. And anyway, back to this. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on because I guess I have to turn them right side in. Okay, I'll recompose. I found that this stuff seems to settle fairly quickly. However, it doesn't take very much shaking to get all the sediment off the bottom. In fact, a lot less than what you saw me do there. Alright, I've got a piece of cereal box paper down. Try and protect our green cloth here as much as we can. Well, let's see how this is going to go. And we should be able to put this in. And I believe I turn it to the right. Yeah, I turn it to the right to get the plunger to come up and suck in. So this is going to be interesting. Alright, well, we shouldn't need very much. Yeah, we shouldn't. I should be able to squirt it back out after. Just try. Get a little bit more. I guess it's just as easy to squirt back a lot as a little, right? No, I don't want it to come all wicking out into my paper towel there. I just want to clean this off so I don't get it on my hands. Now I should be able to turn it upside down. It's not going to run out the top. Alright, let's get our lid on here before we have a serious accident. And I got a big black stain on my green cloth for the rest of time. Okay. Now this may wick itself down all by itself, but it may not as well. So I might have to sort of prime it a little bit. Okay, now remember I was talking about these fins. I think are made. They were quite common in pens that you dipped. I don't think you necessarily need them for a pen that has a cartridge like this. But what would happen is you would dip your pen in, and then the ink would fill in these little fins, and you could write several sentences before you could actually had to dip your pen again. At least I think that's what it was for. But I think just for looks, they made it this way, even on this style of pen. But I could be wrong here. Okay, I'm going to prime this and get it going. Maybe, you know what I should have done? I should have clear coated this, because it's not really a very good test. Well, I guess we can test and see how easily it drops, and then I'll clear coat this thing afterwards. At least that's the plan. Okay, now can I prime this thing? Maybe I should put the macro lens on here. Is it coming? Sometimes you can actually see it if you look really close. You can see it coming down, but it dries extremely quick and plugs up. These pens were wonderful a couple of 100 years ago. They were the thing, or even when I was a kid. In penmanship, remember the ink wells in your desk? Yeah, I can remember that. Oh yeah. Okay, let's recompose here a bit. Okay, it is flowing. It's not flowing well though. I was kind of hoping that there'd be a little, almost like a droplet of ink. Actually, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do for writing. Now the idea is, I had hoped that by just touching it right, let's say I want to do this little rivet hole or whatever it is. Yeah, it's kind of working. It's kind of working, but it's not really. Yeah, it's working, but will it work in a crack like this? Let's see. I'll get myself a little closer here so I can see better. I don't really have the right glasses on. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. No, it's just not there. Oh, there we go. There we go. If I can get the nib. Oh, I kind of got it up. If I get the nib to spread, yeah, it's kind of working. As long as I keep it in the crack, it's working better. It's working a lot better. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean this nib up because I don't think it was real expensive, but it would be a shame to lose it because I let the Panaline accent color harden in there, made it useless for ink. Yet on the other hand, I'll probably never use it anyway. Okay, I have soaked it in isopropyl, but you can see there on the metal where the Panaline accent color is still there, and I'm hoping that this nib is still usable. Just let me get one of Tennessee Jim's mini Q-tips here and see, can I possibly get rid of that? Yeah, the isopropyl did not dissolve that. So in all likelihood, there is more of that stuff caked up on the inside. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see it. All right. I used to know what that number 2 stood for, but now I forgot. I think it's probably the size of the nib, the width of the nib. Okay, enough about pen nibs. Okay, we'll try and get as much of the excess Panaline accent color out of these bristles as possible. And I want to try Atacoke and Chris's idea. Theoretically, it should work the best, actually, as long as we don't, as long as I remove enough of the bristles. Okay, now this time I'm going to put on my stronger glasses. Okay, now I can sort of see what I'm doing here. Now, let's just leave maybe 25% of them here. So I don't think it really matters where we take it from, as long as we Okay. How does that look? Maybe... Okay, is there anything left there? Alright, now, well, I personally think that's going to be just about exactly right. So let me just dip this now into the applicator and we'll try it. Okay, I think that we can pinpoint a lot better. And you can see where the bristles are acting like a... let me get a piece of paper here. Yeah, you can see the bristles act like the nib of a pen. The same idea. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Thank you, Chris, for that idea. In the description for my videos for the last several years, most of them have said, feel free to learn from my mistakes. And what I did was I used the Mr. Color leveling thinner here to try and get rid of the residue of panel line accent color off of this. And as you can see, it dissolved the paint here, so I've got to repaint now the number 37 here. And then what we'll do is we will clear coat it. Probably won't be today now. I've wasted too much time. I'm gonna have to repaint our little upright piece here as well, of course. So I made a mess of that. I think after we're all done here, it's going to be all right. Oops. Oh, I guess I have to repaint that too. Well, it was kind of stained anyway. Let me zoom in a bit here. It's a little better. Here's me complaining about other creators not moving in close enough, and then I don't do it myself. No, I don't think I'm going to need to put another coat on that. I think we have the illusion of 37 on there. That looks pretty good to me. So let's just let that dry now. Yeah, bit of a setback in a way. Well, we are done step 33. Yeah, we got all the parts together that we're supposed to for 33. Now I know we haven't done the panel line accent color yet, but I've schmucked this up so bad I hardly feel like going at it again, but I think I will. I think I'm going to do the clear coat thing and then try and do it properly. But we don't have to stay back in 33 to do that. I think tomorrow we can turn the page to 34, because everything's put together here. I did touch up on here. I did the what was it, 338, and then the silver. I touched it up. And there's a couple of other places. You remember yesterday on the inside of one of these in here where the Tamiya extra thin had run down, and then I tried to wipe it off with my finger. What a fiasco. Anyway, I don't know why I'm getting upset about it, because hey, it's just part of the fun. Okay, it hasn't rained yet. I could have stayed out longer. No, that's okay. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.